afternoon, and welcome back to a special edition of 60 Minutes in Jerusalem. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Helen. Let's go to the archives for a weather-related story from the past. Good afternoon. We have an urgent weather update from the area around Jerusalem. For this area, we're forecasting 40 days and nights of rain, non-stop. And now back to the anchor desk with Helen and Rebecca. Thank you, Elizabeth. We'll be back shortly to check on an update. Now we head to Buster Brown, our wonderful reporter at large, who is in remote New Zealand.
We are in New Zealand, and I am interviewing Brenna, who has information.
I know that God is upset with mankind and his ways, and so there will be 40 days of rain and he will flood the earth.
What does Noah have to do with this?
God has chosen Noah to protect the animals from the 40 days of rain, the flood. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Buster Brown, for heading to New Zealand for us.
And thank you, Brenna, for doing that interview.
We have a breaking story here that God has just given his blessing to Noah and his sons.
Let's go to Buster Brown, our reporter at large, to interview the 601-year-old man.
Here we are at Noah's workshop, and here I am interviewing Noah. Why did God choose you to give his blessings to?
Because I followed his teachings.
Noah, do you think your persistence God to change his mind about destroying the earth?
Yes, I think it did.
How did you manage to build the ark when you were 601 years old?
With God's help.
Thank you, Buster Brown, and thank you, Noah, for putting in 5 minutes in your time.
I hope all the animals can fit on that ark.
This should be very interesting.
It seems like not everybody is enthusiastic about Noah.
This is one of Noah's neighbors.
Who does Noah think he is? He thinks that he's some kind of chosen one from God, who he chose to build this boat for a silly little rainstorm that's coming. All those animals over there just screaming away, bah, bah. It is annoying me. I can't do anything. I can't even get to the market. The animals are all on the road. Why does Noah think that God chose him for anything special?
Madam, thank you for taking your time to speak with 60 Minutes in Jerusalem. And now back to Elizabeth for an urgent weather update outside watching the storm.
I'm Elizabeth here on location in Jerusalem. It seems like our 40 days and nights of rain are starting to come in. Let's hope Noah is ready to take us, his family, and the animals into the ark and off land. Back to you.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for sacrificing almost your life to show us that weather update.
That was the Noah story, one of our best stories from the past.
And now back to the present day with a breaking story in Tyre.
And now to Buster Brown, on the ground in Tyre.
Here we are in Tyre, and my name is Buster Brown. Did you see a man named Jesus at the party?
Yes, I did.
What did he do?
You talked to a woman who claimed her daughter had a demon.
What else?
The woman said something about Jesus. The woman said something, and then Jesus refused to cure the daughter.
Anything else?
Yes. The woman said something about dogs under the table and children's cats. When Jesus heard that, he agreed to cure the girl.
It's amazing that Jesus has changed his mind.
This is great that Jesus has cured the daughter.
We'd like to welcome to our show today Mr. Christopher, the demon expert.
Thank you for having me. Helen, we may have found someone on the street who knows about this demon. I understand we have Buster Brown on the ground looking for witnesses.
Christopher, let's go to the street to talk to this woman.
I agree.
Interesting, the reviews on the street.
These people think that this guy named Jesus tossed the demon out of the girl, but I just don't believe it.
Back to the studio.
Breaking news, Buster Brown has just scored an exclusive interview. He's with the woman whose daughter Jesus cured.
Why did you talk to Jesus the way you did?
I talked to Jesus the way I did because I believe that Jesus had the power to heal my daughter.
How did you know that Jesus could heal your daughter?
Jesus could heal my daughter because he had healed so many others, so I asked him because of my faith.
Thank you, Buster Brown, for that report. Back to Buster Brown, getting some reactions from the crowd.
So we did see a man named Jesus at the party. There was a man there also who had brought like this woman who was crying like in the streets, remember?
Yeah, she was like crying and she looked really sad.
Yeah, like she kind of had a little debate with Jesus, like about dogs, and he kind of like, he healed her daughter because she said her daughter had a demon, right? And when that happened, it showed her belief and he healed her.
I heard something about a deaf and mute man that Jesus healed.
Wow. After Jesus healed the blind and deaf man, I heard that he didn't want anybody to know about the miracle that happened. I don't really know why he didn't want anyone to know of the miracle that happened there. Because maybe he didn't want people to know because he didn't want people always coming to him, and he wanted to save his, helping things for people who really need it, and he doesn't want people to become greedy.
I really think Jesus wants people to have faith in him before they ask something.
Thank you, Buster Brown, for bringing us this story, for it truly is a remarkable one.
And thank you for the crowd for sharing their remarkable thoughts about Jesus. And now to our biblical expert, Job, the wise.
I have been studying God's Word all my life. I have made an amazing discovery. I have seen in these stories that God sometimes changes his mind. It's shocking and surprising. God sometimes turns things upside down. God is allowing new, unexpected things to happen. We shouldn't get stuck in our ways. We have to be willing to change our minds, too.
Thank you, Job, for those insights.
Job, thank you for sharing your amazing discovery with us. God is a God of surprises. Sometimes it's hard to remember that we just need to trust him. These stories show us that God can change his mind and everything will go right still if you just believe.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of 60 Minutes in Jerusalem. See you next time.